Hello everyone, it's Jin'taan here, and today I'm going to be talking about the CSM, or the Council of Stellar Management. As I record this, CSM 11 is taking part in the last 2 months of their term, having been elected in 2016, and as such, you, the players, are about to determine who is in CSM 12, with campaigns already having been begun on the subject. As such, I think it's important to produce something that better explains what the CSM does and is as an institution, so that you'll be better able to evaluate the candidates in question. The CSM is given 2 major tools by CCP. The first is that they are given NDA-covered discussions with CCP themselves, and as such are able to provide feedback directly to CCP on upcoming developments, before they are solidified enough to even reach the public. In addition to this, 2 summits are held per CSM term, where the CSM is flown to Iceland to collaborate with CCP on a more personal face-to-face basis. With this, the CSM then serves 3 major functions, the first being community representation. This can take many forms and is highly dependent on how the individual council member works as a person, but involves feeding feedback from the community to CCP in a constructive way, and helping to foster healthy discussions within the player base on issues that they feel are of importance. Examples of council members on CSM 11 who most visibly perform this role are myself, the judge, and Sullen Decimus. The second function is being that of an expert panel, providing subject matter expertise to CCP on how their mechanics currently or may in the future affect the metagame, in a way that they are not able to accurately perceive given the restrictions placed upon CCP as players. Once again, some examples for clarity here. I would consider Arith, Steve Renukin, and Noobman some of the more obviously obtuse examples of such experts. The third role is that of player oversight, which was the original founding reason of the CSM's existence in the wake of the T20 scandal, and was last invoked during the Summer of Rage following the Incarnate expansion. And whilst I must stress that this is not an ordinary function of the CSM, the fact that the CSM is able to see what CCP is working on and leverage the community's reaction remains a potent part of the CSM's responsibilities to the player base. Thankfully, none of this has been necessary within CSM 11, although to a degree, the discussion upon the rate of balancing done by Mr. Hyde is a less fire and brimstone approach to this role of the CSM. Disregarding this last part, however, the day-to-day operations of the CSM are serving as the nexus of both player feedback and CCP communication. And this is one of the fundamental misunderstandings many people have regarding the CSM, as they feel that the role of the CSM is of a political bent, whereas in reality it is a cross between a diplomatic and a communicative one. The CSM has no direct power to affect the business of CCP, only to communicate with devs and players. Thank you for watching. I took some great pains to make this video as short as possible so that I'd be able to do it nice and quickly, but I hope it's given you some better insight as to what the CSM does. If you have any further questions, feel free to reach out to me on the contact details above or to post in the comments here. Take care and fly smart.